da série Vikings ou Vikings. Vamos falar aqui em Vikings, tá legal para vocês? Então vamos lá. A gente vai conversar aqui o cara que faz um dos principais papéis. Tem gente que gosta dele, tem gente que considera vilão, tem gente que considera um vilão querido por todos, um vilão estratégico. E ele mesmo se auto-intitulou por Deus. Quem somos nós para falar alguma coisa diante disso, né, galera? Então eu vou chamar o palco aqui e peço para que vocês recebam o maior calor humano que vocês já tiveram em suas vidas. Pela primeira vez no Brasil, o ator de Vikings está aqui. Ele faz o papel de Ivar. Chamou ao palco Alex Høgh Andersen. Muito bem. How are you doing today, Alex?
Oh, I'm really, really good. Good to see everyone here. What's up?
So, before we talk, Alex, antes da gente começar aqui, galera, a gente vai passar um vídeo especial preparado aqui para o evento. Let's see a little video right here, a special video before we talk, right? Vamos conferir então, galera? Então, bora. Solta a produção.
What is it you really want, my red offer? I must avenge my mother's wrath. Here is the storm of the world. Yours is the vengeance of suffering. Once more, brother, fight against brother. And the battle will be yours. We are not only fighting for ourselves, but for our gods. The gods have already decided the outcome of this battle.
Que sensacional, hein, galera? Vamos começar aqui o papo com o Alex. Eu vou ligar até o WhatsApp aqui. Vocês vão ver os textos da nossa conversa aqui no telão, na parte de cima, para que todos possam compreender. Ou quem sabe pegar a piadinha duas vezes. A conversa está bem legal. Com algumas perguntas que eu vou fazer aqui para o Alex. Ligando até o WhatsApp agora em inglês. Alex, how are you doing today? It's very nice to have you here with this, warm audience.
Oh my God. It's so good to be here in Brazil. It's really, really good to be here. So far, it's been amazing. It's amazing to sit right here on this stage, in this chair right now, seeing everyone. Oh my God, you look good. Thank you for today, man. It's so nice to be here. Thank you. Brazil is beautiful.
Nice, thank you very much. And Alex, how do you like to be called in Brazil? It's Alex, some people call Alexis. How do you prefer to be called? We have talked about it.
Yeah. It's very hard to pronounce my name because I'm from Denmark. So it's Alex Høgh Andersen. But I don't know. I mean, Alex is good. Alex is all good. Yeah.
And right now in Brazil, we are finishing the 5th season. And at the end of the first half of the season, there is a scene where you kill your own brother. So how was this moment for you? Yeah, say it, galera.
I don't know if any of you know how it feels to kill a brother, but sometimes it feels pretty good. At that point, let's just say that Ivar wasn't really fully aware of what he was doing. He's sometimes he loses temper. He gets a little angry. I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah, that was one of those moments where he just throw an axe and ask questions later. Yeah.
And how is to live a character moved by anger? because you look like so nice.
Well, first, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's tough because I mean I'm not angry all the time. I'm not like Ivar at all. I mean I can walk. That's one. So you know these work just fine. But I mean it's tough because he's different from who I am. But every single time you work with a character that's so far away from what you believe in, who you are, what you're doing in general, it gets so much more interesting to work with because you literally have no clue what you're doing. So you just jump into this big ocean of questions of how am I going to portray this character in, and all of a sudden you just learn how to swim. And I have to give a massive shout out to the great crew on Vikings. We have the most amazing crew in the entire world, and they have made me look so good every single time, and I am thankful to those guys for that. Oh my God. That's applause.
Yeah, and Alex, how do you prepare yourself for the most violent, the most cruel scenes? I mean, the psychological part, the physical part, of course.
I mean, there was one scene, I think we saw it up on the screen, where I'm next to the chariot, and we were in York, and I got blood in my face, and the rain is coming down, and I'm, "Who can you believe in me?" And I mean, that scene was pretty tough. It was 2 days of 10 hours a day that we shot that day, and it was in the freezing rain. I was crawling around on the ground. It was bloody all over my body because I mean it's not really nice to crawl on the ground. I don't know if you tried it, but it hurts a little bit. But when you're in that moment and you got rain and you're freezing and you got 50, 100 extras or so looking at you with bow and arrows, screaming at you, when you're like, I mean, there's nothing else I can do than just scream back. So when you're in that moment, you just go 110% and hope that's enough. So it's just, and that's it, and I'm good to go. Cool, we got it.
Yeah, and Alex, how is to work with Michael Hurst?
It's great. Michael Hurst, our dear writer on the show. He's phenomenal. He's really cool, and he established a phenomenal work that we had together in terms of a dialogue. I was actually capable of writing him an email, and he would text me back with my suggestions, and so to figure out where we were going to go with the character. So I have written some of my own lines, and I've created some of the own scenes. Of course, it's Michael's ideas. It will say on the after the episode at least. But some of them were my ideas. I'm just telling you right now. But it's great that he actually provides an opportunity for us actors to get closer to our characters and let us have a say in how our characters are going to develop and what we're going to say and how we're going to act. And I've written him so many times saying, please, can I not crawl in this scene? Can I just sit? And, can I just sit and be nice and not have to crawl around for 10 hours straight and sweat and stuff like that? So that's all good.
That's nice. And Alex, talking about Vikings itself, there is a scene. We have seen the engine of Ragnar, all right?
Yeah.
And for the people who didn't see, do you think the destiny of Ivar will be similar to Ragnar's? Because it's
No, I can't tell. I can't say anything. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. You don't want spoilers. Okay, everybody dies. Are you happy? Are you happy?
They're Vikings. Right?
Everybody dies. Vikings eventually. I mean, it's 1,000 years old, so we're all going to die eventually. But no, I mean, in a way, to answer your question, Ragnar had a really interesting destiny. It was full of love, and it was full of hate, and it was full of him being misunderstood, and him failing to be who he wanted to be, and him failing as a king, and hating to be on the throne in Kattegat. And I mean, there are a lot of similarities to Ivar. I mean, he doesn't know love. He hates a little bit too much, some would say, and he got anger issues. He can't figure it out with the women either. That's one thing Ragnar couldn't either. None of them can ever be happy with love. Oh my God, they're so bad with women. So yeah, no, I think it's very similar in many ways.
And Alex, you are a young actor.
Thank you.
And you're handsome.
Thank you. You too. I've checked you out on Instagram already.
It's alright, but Alex, when did you find out about your role in the series? And you find it was a role so crucial. What was your reaction? I mean, it was a crucial role to play Ivar.
I think it was a good thing that I didn't understand how big it was from the beginning, because I was 21 years old when I got Ivar, and I actually auditioned 3 times for Uber, Pizza, and Sigurd, and never for Ivar. And then in the very last audition, we were in Ireland, and we were auditioning for all the 4 brothers, and like half an hour before we were going to finish, Frank Moselle, our casting director, comes up and pokes me on the shoulder, and he's like, could you read for Ivar the bonus? And I'm like, okay, I don't know any of the scenes or lines. So in the next half an hour, I was trying to learn the lines. I was sweating crazy. I was so hot. I was like, God damn it. Thinking, hey, what are you going to? What are you trying to? You cannot be blah blah blah. I couldn't remember any of the lines. It was horrible. And I got up there eventually, and I screwed up the first time. Couldn't remember the lines. Second time, couldn't remember the lines. And then the third time, I apparently got through the scene. And I remember Michael clapping while I was like leaving the room. And I was like, what is happening?
It's my time.
Yeah, apparently. So that's the only ever good take I ever delivered on Ivar. That was that one last thing. And then 14 days later, I was in Ireland shooting. So that was weird. That was so weird. Thank you.
It's very nice to know this wave of Alex, because a lot of people want to experiment that, to have this experience. So you began with 17 years old manipulating cameras. So how was your first steps as an artist?
As an artist in terms of Ivar?
In terms of Ivar or in terms of Alex Andersen?
Okay. Well, I started doing musicals, singing and dancing. I did that back in Denmark when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, and I did that until I was 17, and then I started doing little movies back in Denmark. But, I mean, Vikings is the first big thing. Otherwise, I was just dancing, doing jazz fingers and stuff like that. No, so, I mean, it was a turnaround. It was a big thing getting Vikings. I'd never experienced anything like that before. I mean, I'm here right now in Brazil talking to you guys. I mean, that's awesome. That's so awesome. It's crazy.
And we wanted to know, curiosity, how is to prepare to do a boneless character when, as you said before, you are in shape, in good form? How is this preparation?
I was crawling around my hotel room for like 3-4 weeks, just crawling. This was all I did for 3-4 weeks, a month in my hotel room, and then I was and then I was yelling weird Icelandic lines, blah blah blah. And I mean, the neighbors must have thought I was crazy, absolutely. But so that's kind of what I did, and obviously I researched quite a bit about the character, trying to understand his mental state.
It took you some time to get used to it.
Oh, absolutely. But it's like, just sit in a chair and do this with the legs, and then you look a little handicapped, and
lean a little forward and then do the little eyes, and all of a sudden he's kind of there. So.
And before you got your Ivar, Alex, we know that you were a photographer.
Oh yeah.
And you have worked at Canon, photographer, galera. And you have worked at Canon Nordic. So what can you tell about this step of your life as a photographer?
As a photographer, I just love photography. I've always been a geek, a very big geek in terms of photography and how the cameras were working. And when I was working on Vikings as well, I was always with the DPs, the directors of photography, the cameramen. I was always with them trying to figure out how they were setting up the light and how they were putting on the camera and how they were pushing in and the angles and stuff like that, trying to learn all the time because that was like a masterclass for me. I was in heaven shooting. I didn't give any shits about the acting. I was just, what is he doing with the camera now? That's interesting. I just love photography, and it was a phenomenal time on Vikings because I had so many beautiful people. I had the great, beautiful sets. I was on top of mountains. I was in deep forests and woods in Ireland. Everything was lined up for me. All I had to do was just take a photo.
Just click.
Just click.
Yeah, and I was told that New York Times got the attention of your job. So how was your reaction when you knew it?
With Vikings?
Yeah, New York Times got the attention as your job.
When I figured out that I had gotten the part, that was like 14 days after I got home from Ireland. And I was down at my agents, and I was doing a self-tape. So I was recording myself doing another job, trying to see if I could get that part. And I didn't know the lines at all because all I was focused on was Vikings. So I was like, I'm coming down, I'm shooting it, it's too easy, yeah, let's do that, blah, blah, blah. And I was almost gonna start doing the other self-tape. And I am so thankful that my agent at that moment knocked on the door, almost kicked it in and said, "You got the part." And I was like, "But which one? I have no idea." Because I had auditioned for all of the brothers, so I was like, "Which one? Uber?" My agent didn't even know the name. So she was like, "I don't know, mention some of them." I was like, "Uber? No, that's not the one. Secret? No. Vincent? No. Ivar? Yeah, that's the one." I was like, "What? What?"
Yeah, names sometimes can be difficult to remember. But Alex, this is a very nice question we have here. So we heard some rumors about your personal life. People want to know if you're single or not. Good question. Easy question.
Easy question. But I think it's funny enough to answer. Right now it doesn't look like anybody can figure me out, so I probably can't figure myself out. But no, single so far. Or am I?
And Alex, this is your first time here in Brazil, so whoa. This is a God. This is an arrow, so you are God. Gods can do that. No problem.
I'm sorry.
No problem. So Alex, this is your first time here in Brazil, so you are trying, you're taking a look at our people, at our food. What are you thinking of us so far?
I think I'm going for a barbecue. Yeah, later today.
Nice.
I've heard you have amazing barbecue, so I'm gonna do that for sure. But I didn't get my luggage. I arrived yesterday, and my luggage didn't arrive with me. It got lost in Paris or Sao Paulo. And so I still don't have my luggage, so all this I'm wearing right now is from shopping yesterday and today. I bought socks today, I bought underwear today, so So I haven't seen that much of the city. I've seen a lot of the shopping malls because I was like, I need to get a t-shirt, I need underwear, socks, I need shirt, yeah. But then there was a nice dude who gave me the Brazil shirt, so now I'm good, I'm fine. Oh, it's very nice, very comfy, I like it. Yeah, but so far so good. I mean, Brazil is awesome, and I've always really wanted to visit. And I'm going to Rio on Monday to see that city. So yeah.
You're gonna be overwhelmed in Rio.
Probably, yeah. I'm already overwhelmed, so this is really nice. It's amazing.
And did you try the cheese balls or cheese breads? The barbecue, you have tried.
Oh yeah, I think they got it on the hotel.
What are your favorites?
Yeah, but I'm not a big cheese guy. I don't like
barbecue. You are.
Barbecue?
So you are a Viking, right?
In some ways, I'm from Denmark, so yeah, I do like barbecue at all. And I'm a guy, so yeah, I like barbecue.
And what have you heard about Brazil before you came here?
I mean, besides you killing us in football all the time, like all the time.
More or less, we're not so
Oh my God. I mean, I remember that one time we won over, Denmark won against Brazil, and it was like we had a national party because we had never seen anything like that before. Usually you would beat us like 5-0 and we would go home. But no, Brazil, I mean, and obviously beautiful country with some of the most amazing nature in the world. I'm a photographer, so I am in heaven over that. But and I know you're doing pretty good in terms of the esports. I follow that a little bit, and they're doing really good. Yeah, awesome.
Do you like it, esports?
A little, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get into that world. I'm trying to be cool with the kids, cool kids. I'm not a big geek, but I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be.
And Alex, I was told that you like music.
Yeah.
What do you think of Brazilian music? Did you listen to it?
I'm probably not a big. I'm not a big expert on.
What are the genres you like?
Huh?
What are the genres of music you like?
The genres that I like.
In general,
it's like R&B. I like some of the classic jazz. I like movie scores. I listen to that all the time. I just watched a show that's called Euphoria. I don't know if you know that one. I think it's absolutely amazing, and I've heard that soundtrack on repeat for the last week. I listen a lot to Hans Zimmer, music scores like that. Hans Zimmer. Love that dude. In general, it's just I like a lot of different stuff. I mean, as long as it's good, right? That's a boring answer, but as long as it's good, I'm up for it. Yeah.
Not only you like to hear it, but you like to sing. I was told that you are a singer guy.
Nope.
And
Nope.
they told me you were going to sing for us today.
Shut up.
Wait, no.
You can't do that to me. I'm not gonna sing for you. I'm not a singer. I'm an actor. Stop it.
They're gonna love it. They want you. A little bit, just
I'm not. I know Millie Bobby Brown was here, right?
The first season, yeah.
Yeah, but she's a musical girl. She's like, she can sing. I can't sing. I can sing in the shower. So when I'm like this and I'm a Celine Dion, I'm telling you.
Sing for us as you were in the shower.
Huh?
Sing for us as you were in the shower.
No, you wouldn't listen to that. That's horrible. One, two, more, let me play. No, I can't do that. Don't listen. It won't get more out of me, I'm telling you. No. I've already crawled for you. I'm not gonna sing for you.
Right. But Alex, so did you take a look at the event? What do you think the attractions you see here at Geek City? I was playing Lego. I was playing Lego for like an hour with my buddy who's visiting with me, and I won. It's a battle between two Lego robots, and I won, obviously.
Well, he beat me like 7 times before I won, but I shouldn't mention that. No, I like this event really much. I was going through, I saw the little Vikings stand. I saw all the masks in there with the band, with the oh, you think I love that. I love
our voice acting guy as well.
Well,
You are a voice acting guy.
no, I've done a little voice acting actually. I did Big Hero 6. Have you heard? Do you know that Disney movie? Big Hero 6? The Hero of Amada and Baymax. Yeah, I did the Danish lead on that. And then I've done a little Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon! Stuff like that. Oh, Pikachu, I'm choosing you! Stuff like that. That's so much fun. I love voice acting.
And a voice lover acting as well. Love it.
It's so much fun. Yeah. It's so easy as well. You're like in a studio for 3 hours and you're just having fun. It doesn't feel like work at all. And you're in a studio, so it's comforting, you're warm, everything's nice. I mean, you can get a cup of coffee if you want, a little Pringles, a little cake or something, and doing a little break, something like that. I can't do that when I'm on top of the mountain crawling through a cliff. I can't do that. So, I mean, studio voice acting is phenomenal. I love it.
And Alex, I think this question is very interesting for everyone here. So, you are young, as we said before. How is to deal with fame? How is the feeling? Because you are very nice. Galera, sério, ele é muito gente boa, ele é muito simpático. Muito. So, how is to deal with fame?
Wait, what did he say?
I said you are very, very, very nice. Very nice.
Okay. I paid him to say that. I'm just telling you now.
No, keep it secret.
Oh,
but, how is to deal with fame?
It's interesting because when I got famous, I was in Ireland working, so I never really experienced it on my body and in my head. It was mostly on social media. I was like, 100,000 followers? What the? Who wanna follow what? So, I mean, that was the first stage of it, and then all of a sudden it was like 200,000, 400, can I get 5? Can I get 500,000? Can I get $750,000? So it was weird. It was weird. But when I got home and I got some of the breaks in between shooting, and I was walking down the street and people stopped me and take a photo or just have a nice chat or something like that. That's when it kind of hit me. But I mean, it's what you make it to. If you want to be super famous and act famous, you act that way. But if you want to be chill and just have a chat with people and, I mean, not make a big deal out of it, it's also possible not to make a big deal out of it. And I'm a very, very private person. And I like my privacy, and I like my friends and family and having that very intimate relationship. And so I'm not the one, sorry, but I'm not the one throwing everything out there on social media. I'm sorry, I should be better. But I mean, that's also the reason why it's about photography. If you follow my Instagram, it's very much about photography or Red Cross Youth. I'm an ambassador for Red Cross Youth. So it's also, thank you, it's everything about probably trying to make not about me, but about everything else. Like about photography or about the people on the set that I've been shooting, the extras, for instance. Or the kids that need help in Denmark or something like that. So it's not me, it's a very nice trick. If you don't want it to be about you, find somebody else to put all the thing on. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's working.
And Alex, this question is not really on my script, but I'm gonna ask you. I think this is a very interesting question for everybody. What would you say to someone who wants to start acting?
First and foremost, go for it. Try. Get yourself a mirror, because I've been spending hours in front of a mirror, and that sounds so horrible, but I've been spending so much time in front of a mirror saying lines and looking at myself and playing different characters and doing faces and stuff like that, just to figure something out. and get some friends, spend time with friends that are interested in acting and being creative too. Creating scenes or just fool around and pretend to be different characters and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like, we can sit like this and we can do a scene or something like that, rehearse that, but I think there's also something very interesting in just having little characters that you put on yourself while you are talking to your friend, or talking to your mom, or something like that. My mom will probably hate me for the rest of my life because I've been doing characters in front of her. So she'll be asking me to do the dishes, and I'll be like, no, stuff like that. So, just be weird about it. Do weird, do weird.
Very nice hints.
Do it. Just fucking do it. Don't be afraid of anything like that. Just go for it. I mean, if you can feel in here and up here that is something that stimulates you and makes you feel happy, just do it. Do it, man. Yeah.
Salve de aplausos a essa resposta, galera. Thank you for completing that. And now we are getting to the end of our interview, unfortunately, but I have two fantastic questions here. So we are getting to the 6th season of Vikings.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
Okay, so
without spoilers.
I know, because they will blood eagle me if I give you any spoilers. The production will blood eagle me. They'll rip up my fucking back if I say anything. But I'm telling you, season 6 is gonna be very, very interesting, very different. Ivar is going on a very different journey that's going to be exciting, and we're going to visit new countries. We're going to see some new colors that we've never seen on Vikings before. We're going to see like orange and red and like very exotic colors. It's going to be very interesting, and we have a new very, very, very cool character that's coming in.
Whoa! Nice.
He's feisty. He's probably more feisty than Ivar, and that's all I'm gonna say.
And Alex, what is Valhalla for you?
Valhalla for me?
It's just stuff.
It's an excuse. Valhalla is an excuse for me to kill a lot of people in my daily lives. Throw axes, shoot arrows, scream and shout and tell other people to kill other people and stuff like that. That's so much fun. And Valhalla is the excuse to do that. So it's all for him.
It's the paradise.
It's a paradise, apparently. Yeah. But Ivar's never gonna go there. Oh my god, he doesn't deserve paradise at all. Maybe Valhalla, but not paradise.
So I think that's it, Alex. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being in Brazil, for being so nice. Salva de aplausos, galera!
This is my pleasure. Thank you so much. So nice to see you everyone. And thank you for showing up and saying hi. It's been a massive pleasure. I really, really appreciate it. Obrigado.
Stay there. Before we leave, just stay there. I was told, I'm gonna talk in Portuguese.
Oh, no.
And I'm gonna translate it for you.
Okay.
Galera, vai rolar teaser da 6ª temporada pela primeira vez. Com exclusividade aqui no Geek City. Pra quem tá aqui assistindo, o teaser da 6ª temporada é agora, é a primeira vez na história!
Sim!
Alex, we're gonna see the first teaser for the 6th season exclusively here.
Oh, what?
City.
I haven't even seen that. Oh, that's awesome.
Então é isso, galera. Bora, produção, sobre esse teaser.
We must all prepare for another attack. We shall unleash our forces against the Emperors.
Then we are not only fighting for ourselves, but for our gods!
You died for all of us. Vikings, nova temporada, em breve, no Fox Premium.
E
That was very short. I'm sorry, that was a teaser. That was teasing you. Sorry.
Pessoal, quem quiser fazer perguntas, vou pedir por gentileza para que se dirija até o stand da Fox. Deixem lá as perguntas pro pessoal. Amanhã o Alex vai estar aqui de volta conosco para mais uma rodada e a gente vai pegar, selecionar as melhores perguntas. Então ele vai estar aqui de novo, galera!